So today I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE and the S9 FE Plus. I've had these devices for a couple days now and I've been using them off and on, and they are very good Android tablets, and I really think they're going to fit very well in the mid-range space for all of these Android tablets and even tablets in general. So with all that being said, let's get right into it and let's talk about these two Android tablets. So it's been a little bit now, a little bit over a year since we had the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE, and they did skip the Galaxy Tab S8 FE, and I think they just wanted everything with their naming structure to be correct. So now we're on the S9 FE, and I really think that these tablets are doing very well. They did make a lot of meaningful improvements over the S7 FE, and it's really nice now that we have two different sizes. We have some good sizes for those of you who want a smaller tablet or for those of you who want something a little bit larger. So if we do look at the prices, I think that's a very good place to start here, because these devices are nearly half the price of the regular Galaxy Tab S9 series. So the regular Tab S9, it does start out at $800. That's the retail price, or $799. Well, we get the regular S9 FE for $450. That's nearly $400 off, about 350 bucks, right? That is a lot of savings for those of you who are really wanting to save some money and still get a good tablet. Now we do get the S9 FE Plus. That is competing, I would say, with the S9 Plus. It's just a lesser version of that, but they still try to give you a lot of good specs as well, of course, for the money, but you could get that for $599. Now what are you getting for these prices? Well, you are not going to get an OLED display. So these do have LCD displays, but they're really nice. They don't have 120 Hertz, but they do have 90 Hertz, and that's a really nice improvement over the S7 FE. So you're basically getting an 11-inch tablet with the Galaxy Tab S9 FE. Technically, it's a little bit smaller in size, but it's very close to 11 inches. And you also have about 12.4 inches, of course, in the S9 FE Plus. Now, these devices will actually fit the cases for the S9 and the S9 Plus, so that's really nice that a lot of these accessories, even the book cover keyboards, they are going to work with these devices. And really, you're just going to have to deal with some very minor things that you're missing. You're not missing a lot from those higher end tablets. For example, these do have a very nice design. If you look at them, they are going to get a SD card slot, of course. They're going to have fingerprint sensors, but you're only going to get one speaker on each side, not two speakers. Again, a minor inconvenience with the design, but if you look at these, they look very similar to the S9 and the S9 Plus. They look really nice. They feel very nice. They feel very premium. That's what you're going to notice about these tablets, because they are trying to mimic. It's very similar to the A series lineup with the Galaxy phones. They're going to be very nice, of course, but not quite as premium. So they do feel nice as far as the design, and I really do like it. Now, you do only get one camera on the back here with the S9 FE, and you do get two cameras on the S9 FE Plus. Now, one major difference between these and the S9 lineup is actually going to be the fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint sensor on these is not in the screen. It's actually on the power button. A lot of people are going to love that, and some people might not. I really like the fingerprint sensors in the power button. I think they're a little quicker, they are very accurate, and they work a little bit more overall for most people if you have dry hands or things like that. So I really like that, because your average person doesn't care about having a fingerprint sensor in your screen. They might just want something good and reliable. That's what these tablets are about. It's not about the benchmarks. If you look at the benchmarks, by the way, they're similar to the S7 FE. It's a little bit faster as far as this Exynos processor. Both of these devices have a Samsung Exynos 1380 processor, and that's about similar, I would say, to something like a Snapdragon 778. So you are going to get similar performance again to the S7 FE, just slightly better overall. You get 6 gigs of RAM in the S9 FE, and you get 8 gigs of RAM in the base model of the S9 FE Plus. Now, technically, you can get up to 8 gigs of RAM in the S9 FE, and you can get up to 12 if you do want to upgrade your storage on that S9 FE Plus, and that is really up to you. I don't think your average person looking at these devices is going to notice a significant difference between those specs, but these devices devices, overall, they're not about specs. They're about giving you most of the performance that you do get from the higher end models, and most of the screen that you get, like as far as quality goes, you get most of that, but you just take a step down in pretty much everything. And I don't think your average person, honestly, your average people out there who are just looking for a nice tablet, a lot of people use their phones almost all day anyway. They just want a good experience for taking notes. They just want a really good experience for watching a movie or a TV show. And as long as the device can keep up with actually going to Disney and not freezing, as long as it can keep up with going from app to app, I think most people will be happy. And in my initial testing, I find that these devices, at least for me, keep up with everything that I'm needing to do. It will keep up when I'm going from app to app. It's not freezing. It's not having a bunch of hiccups or anything like that. These devices are a lot faster than something like the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite or even the S6 Lite from 2022. These devices are going to be nice upgrades for those of you who have been on lower end Android tablets or lower end Samsung tablets, and if you're looking for that extra jump up. I've been very impressed with the performance and even the displays on these devices. Again, I get that they are not AMOLED and they're not all of that, but at the same time, a lot of you might not want AMOLED. Some people actually prefer LCD displays, maybe to help their eyes, maybe to avoid all that eye strain, and some people just want to save the money because they're not going to notice a significant difference. Absolutely, AMOLED displays, the blacks are a little more black. I totally get that. But when I'm looking at these displays, they're still very, very nice overall. And I'm not seeing anything significant that's making me really worry about them. Like if I want to watch a TV show, it's going to look more than good enough. I know some people, whenever they do have a TV, for example, and they're actually watching their TV, yeah, some people want to buy those $1,000 TVs or $1,500 TVs. But some people just buy those $300 or $400 TVs and they don't notice a big difference, right? If you're one of those people who doesn't pixel peep at every little thing, I think you're going to really love the displays here because the resolutions are really nice. They have a nice crisp resolution, and even though they are LCD, I get that the colors might be a little more muted compared to an AMOLED display, but overall I still think you will be very impressed here. So these devices are going to give you Samsung DeX. They are going to give you a nice looking display. Again, nice but not ultra nice, not as good as AMOLED with super high brightness levels, but these are still going to look really good for LCD displays. At least we do get a 90 Hz refresh rate. We do get an S Pen in the box for both of these devices. We do have devices that, no, I get they don't have Snapdragon processors, and some of you are really going to want a Snapdragon processor because you like them. But Exynos processors, yes, they have come a long way, and some of you just hate it, the idea of an Exynos processor. But look, just because Samsung made the processor doesn't mean it's bad. In reality, these processors perform very well for your average task, and I do think that most of you won't notice much hiccups or lagging. Now, if you are gaming, of course, this is not going to game on the highest settings. If you want that, of course, get a Tab S9 or something like that. But if you do want to game, you're probably going to have to game on medium settings. For those extra demanding games, maybe you'll have to game on low settings. But this isn't going to be a big thing that's noticeable to your average person. In fact, a lot of games on the App Store don't even take a lot of resources to begin with. So it really depends on what you're doing with your device. I completely get that. But when I look at these two devices, I'm very excited because in my initial testing, they both have good battery life. You get around 8,000 milliamps on the Tab S9 FE. And if you look at the S9 FE Plus, you're going to get almost 11,000. So you will get a little bit of better battery life on the S9 FE, not by much because the screen is a little bigger. But in my estimation, using these, the performance has been very good. They still charge not super fast, but at least good enough for a normal person. And I'm just really impressed that I'm not really missing much. When I had the S7 FE, I was blown away by how good it was, but I was still missing that 90 Hz refresh rate. And I was still missing, for example, water resistance. And I was also missing something like software updates, because now we are getting 4 years of OS updates, 4 years of software updates with these tablets. And that is a very remarkable feat for those of you who want to keep your tablet for a while. So when you look at the S7 FE and you look at the regular Tab S7 or some of these older Android tablets, a lot of those tablets aren't getting updates anymore. and that's a real shame. So I'm gonna be doing a full review on these tablets in a week or two, but I just wanted to show these off a little bit, show off the designs, and if you're looking at your own purchase between these two, if you're looking to get a Galaxy tablet and you're looking to spend between $500 and $700 and you're really deciding between them, I don't think most people are gonna notice a big difference with having one extra camera. Maybe you will, and maybe that's you, but I don't think most people care about cameras on a tablet. At least having an extra camera won't be a big thing. So when you're looking between these two and you're looking at the differences, you're gonna get a little more RAM on the S9 FE, and you're also going to get that screen size. So if you don't mind an 11-inch screen, if you don't mind having a display that's a little smaller, and if you want something more portable, absolutely, the S9 FE is going to be a great bargain. And I'm telling you, these tablets eventually, they're going to go on a lot of sales. And I'm sure even right now, Samsung has some sales or some good trade-in deals going on, or they're giving money off accessories. They are so good at that. I'm going to have links in the description for these. But if you look at the S9 FE, it's going to be for those people who don't want to spend $1,000 on something like a Galaxy Tab S9 Plus, but you're still looking for something that's going to get updates. Maybe you don't want to buy a used tablet on the used market. You just want to get a really good tablet that's reliable, that's fast, with a decent display, and you want to spend under like $700. And if that's you, this is going to be a really good option for you, the S9 FE Plus. It's going to be very large, and if you do get something like a keyboard cover for it, it's going to be big enough because this tablet has a larger screen. But it's not going to be as big as something like the S9 Ultra or something crazy. So if you want a little more size on your tablet, you want to get a little more productive, I would recommend the S9 FE Plus. But if you are someone who wants something more portable, that's really the S9. And I think that's as simple as it gets. The screen size, once again, is going to be one of the most important factors. Other than that, it's just a little bit of RAM or some little things like an extra camera, but you're not missing much between these two devices. They're going to be very, very similar this year. So hopefully this video has helped you out. I really do appreciate your support. Don't forget to check those links in the description if you're interested in purchasing these. That's a great way to support my channel. And you could also check out some other videos. Don't forget, I'm going to be covering these in a full review. And I've covered all of the other Tab S9 devices. I've covered them with accessory videos, and I've even covered them with full reviews and all of those. So feel free to check those out if you get some time. And I really do hope, by the way, that you have a great day, because life is hard sometimes, so try to enjoy the best you can, and I really, really do hope you enjoy your week.